this is us.
Because what I'm also going to go into is how knowing that pretty much teaching and condemning is one and the same. The condemnation to these other nations is pretty much they got to drink of the same cup that we had dealt with, the same ones, right? Because it seemed like our situation ain't gonna ever change. We just gonna forever keep being the prey. That's what it seems like. That's why these other nations are boasting about next year and what they're gonna do in this year. They don't even consider that we will be in power one day.
Right.
But I got news for them. When they come up here to learn and listen, one thing they're gonna get that judgment that they're gonna get told about in some way, shape, or form. They're gonna get told that, look, we gonna be on top. And in a part of their conscience, they already know where they're gonna be at if there's this kingdom where we're on top. They're gonna be on the bottom. They know it.
Like Scripture says, teach all nations.
Yeah.
You know, like number one, we teaching our people, lost sheep of the house of Israel, and not only that, we teaching the natural Gentiles. They roll in the kingdom of heaven as well. You know, as slaves.
Of course.
Yeah.
When we teach about our kingdom, look, these Edomites know what world what position they gonna be in if we was to ever rule.
Sure.
That's why they fight so hard to maintain on top. Because they know that we ain't gonna treat them like they are brothers. They know that.
Right. Like they was all in an uproar over that Mortal Kombat 11 Jax ending, and that's a fictional game, it's a damn video game. You know.
Soon to be a reality.
Right.
This is Sirach chapter 51 and verse 23. Draw near unto me, you unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning. Wherefore are you slow, and what say you of these things, seeing your souls are very thirsty?
Yeah, seeing your souls are very thirsty, ye that are unlearned. All you people that's so motively passionate about this election, you're all unlearned. Because I can't believe y'all still giving all y'all time and energy to this bullshit. Politics and stuff. You know all these politicians by name and stuff, and you know their history and all that other stuff. For what? It ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. All that time and energy, you should just be putting it in the scriptures.
That's right.
Worrying about some Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We look at it a little bit of it, but we know it's one big joke.
Yeah.
I personally believe Trump is gonna stay. I believe this is just all bread and circuses just to give people the idea that they had a chance. Either way, it's gonna get shit popped off because once people realize Trump ain't going nowhere, that's gonna start some more uproars. That they gotta deal with this man for another 4 years. That's what they think anyway. But voting and all that other stuff, I ain't got time for that. I don't even keep track of that. One day I'll just be riding and I'll see a whole line of people at a building, and I'll be like, what's going on here? Oh, it's vote time. You ain't know? Hell no. How am I supposed to know? I don't keep up with that shit. You know?
Verse 25, I opened my mouth and said, buy her for yourselves without money. Put your neck under the yoke and let your soul receive instruction. She is hard at hand to find.
That's right. See? And a lot of people don't like that, most of our people. Because the scriptures talk about scorners, man. Scorners don't want to get it. People who mock and laugh, they don't want to get it. Which I talked about before. Yeah. I talked about that before. A picture that one of the brothers shared, which was deep. You know, it showed the bee and the fly. Pretty much showed the bee trying to teach the fly. But the picture said no matter how hard or how many times the bee tries to teach the fly, how pollen is so much better than shit, the fly just won't understand. Okay? That's the same thing with these people. They don't get it, right? Like their whole thing is politics. When they into politics like that, that mean they love this world, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because for them to be truly involved in this world, they truly care about who's in charge, right? They truly care about what type of change that person gonna believe. 9 times out of 10, they don't believe in them. A lot of them believe that the Lord is dealing with America, so they're unlearned.
Right.
Right? Nowhere in the scriptures does the Lord promote, this type. This is all the Roman Empire over again. The Roman Empire had senates, and they elect people, officials, and stuff like that. The Most High, we had kings and priests, right? And and everybody knew the law. So whenever there was an issue, it was taken up to the ones who knew, right? And then if it was a big problem, it got escalated to the one in charge, the king, you can say. Wasn't no judicial system, a legislation system,
Loopholes and all that
right?
shit.
Lawyers and reference in this case and that case, right? You got law books this fucking thick, right?
Yeah.
With jargon in it, because in the law world, the dictionaries is completely different, right? The scriptures got nothing to do with that. Those people are unlearned, man.
Yeah.
You need to put your yoke, put yourself under the yoke of this. The Lord said, "My yoke is light."
Right.
Looks like we losing now. It does, but really we winning. Well, put it like this: for years it looked like we was losing.
Now it look like we winning, bro.
And now it's pretty evident that we look like we winning. Because when that whole COVID shit shut down, all these people's hearts was in doubt. You know what we was doing? We was rejoicing.
That's right.
It was like, we at the end, baby.
That's right.
These people still in doubt. And they still know about us. So now we know that we winning, right? But because we don't have any power, right? We marked on terrorist watch list. It looks like we're just a bunch of nobodies. But first of all, we bearing that yoke. We about to, reap the benefits, man.
That's
Going
right.
on that. You pretty much read that to me.
Continuing on in verse 27. Behold with your eyes how that I have had but little labor, and have gotten unto me much rest. Get learning with a great sum of money, and get much gold by her. Let your soul rejoice in his mercy, and be not ashamed of his praise. Work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward.
See? And that's what we believe, and that's what we teaching our people to be. We teaching our people, like, look, man, don't be like this world. Conform yourself to this truth. You need to get a part of this. Don't worry about no damn election here, right?
Right.
Don't worry about, the next 5 years from now, what it's gonna look like, all that other stuff. You got some people that's so involved with, how the gender, the relationships to the genders has never been more wider than ever, right? Elder Malcolm and Sherry, you got you can say acronyms for people, right? SYS,
BM.
BM.
Save yourself, black man.
Save yourself, black man. Okay.
Shucky underscore.
So you got some people that's just so concerned about marriage, right? And how there's a difference, men and women so separated, and all this other stuff. They just so concerned about that. I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta worry about that, man. If feminism shit's gonna crash. But they so concerned about that they forget what's important. All right?
It's an omen, because you had that Supreme Court Justice Leader Ruth Ginsburg. She dropped dead,
Dude.
and she was like one of the women that's in the high seat of power that's pro-abortion. I did a video on that. Like, it was this woman that was a follower of her. She turned to Satanism. Just because of that.
There you go. Okay, go back to it.
Got the Proverbs 9 and 7. It says, he that reproveth the scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh the wicked man getteth himself a blot.
Why is that? Because these wicked people, a lot of them don't want to be corrected. They don't want to be corrected. They don't want to be told, what's right. A lot of them will try to get at you for correcting them, right?
Reprove not a scorner lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man that he would love you.
So you'll be in some situations where you may just not even say nothing, because you already know this nigga gonna act a fool, right? But it says rebuke a wise man that he would love thee. So this rebuke a part of this? Yes, it is, right? And the scriptures tell you, even King David said, I believe it was King David, he said, look, let the righteous, smite me. That's a good thing. right? Let the righteous correct me. Because if you a child without any guidance out here, you're gonna fall into your own destruction.
Right.
That's pretty much what these women are. They like, I don't want any guidance. Nobody rules over me or my body. I do whatever the hell I want to. And that's why they end up in the little bad situations they're in.
Want somebody to save them out of it.
Right. Like that one woman who lives in St. Louis, when she witnessed a kidnapping, supposedly, that's what she said. What you think she was thinking about?
Take me.
Right, like I'm out here like this, I could get kidnapped. But you wanted to be free, right? You didn't worry about any consequences, right? You didn't want to be corrected. You didn't want to be told what's right. Lead your ass into some danger.
Shit, what happened now?
Some black woman, she said she witnessed a kidnapping, right? Of another woman. So she was like losing her shit. She was crying and stuff. It was like, yeah, that's what happens, man. That can happen, right? But the scriptures talk about, man, the Most High has set before thee, fire and water, life and death. Choose which one you want to go to. You choose. You either listen or you out there for destruction.
Verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. He says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. That's 10.
Right? So when you teach a wise man, he will increase in learning. Like, look, tell me more. And that's something you should take pleasure in. King Solomon himself said that if you increase in learning, you will make my bowels rejoice. Happy will I be. And we were just talking about earlier, you got some people out here who, you can say, withhold knowledge from their own children.
Yeah.
All because they believe that their child will be better than them.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of having children is for them to be better than themselves. They
Right.
teach, I don't know, remember what movie it was. Oh, it was, I had to be a Denzel movie, is how I remember. John Q. Whatever. Was it John Q?
Yeah.
Well, it was a phrase where he said, Dad, I want to be just like you when I grow up. He said, do me a favor, be better than me. I think it was a Denzel movie. I don't remember which one it was. I said, you see, that's how it's supposed to be, but people so selfish nowadays, they'll actually withhold that shit.
Yep.
Because they'll say, no, I don't want you to excel me. What I'm saying? Your own flesh and blood, right? Those aren't real teachers. Because a real teacher is supposed to show you, the ropes, what's right and what's wrong. That's why Bruce Lee, I'm not even into martial arts, but if he was in my area, I'll go and learn from him just because he has a passion of teaching. And knowing that spirit he has, he'll show you a lot of things that you don't know, that most people don't know. People like that just take pleasure in having students, man. That's really how the spirit of the Lord is when it comes to wisdom, right? Okay, go ahead and get that.
What did you have?
Proverbs 9 and 10.
Okay, yeah, I got one after this one. Proverbs chapter, oh yeah, 15 and verse 12. A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken.
Read verse 10 again.
12. A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise.
Yeah. So again, you're gonna have some times where you hold your tongue. And I've been in plenty of situations where I'm actually teaching somebody something a right way, man, a right way of thinking. They get mad at me, right? Why? Scorner, don't like the person that reproved them. They know it, man. They know it. Like I remember one episode of the Boondocks, Riley always into some shit. And Huey was like, all right, look, let me tell you what's gonna happen. He's like, no, I don't want you to tell me what's gonna happen because you're gonna be right and you're gonna spoil the whole damn thing. So obviously he knew that he's about to do something wrong and he don't want to go to this person because he's gonna tell me what's right. Right? Believe it or not, you got people out here like that. That's really 2/3 of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Right.
They just want to be left in their folly, and they don't want any condemnation.
Yeah, that's a reprobate mindset.
Yeah, you were the you're the one that's pooping on a parade.
Yeah, party pooper.
Party
Yeah.
pooper. Yeah, you're the party pooper. That's why you can't really rebuke none of these women out here. You can't even.
She said that she started dancing.
You can't even rebuke. You can't even make videos or really say much about the black woman because you know that these men are ran by women, so you know you're gonna offend them.
Right.
They'll want to come after you. You can't say that about her, right? Even though what you said is right, but because the scripture said you are ruled by women. And you even got some black platformers, Israelite platformers. They admit it. They say, yeah, you can't really say nothing about the platform, and she's the main problem. Because if you do, you risk losing everything, right? That's pretty much the nature of a woman, pretty much, man. They don't want to be corrected on any damn thing. If something happens, it's your fault. So it's no big deal.
Exactly.
When that's found in a man's spirit, man, that's supposed to be rebuked, man. But I know people like that. I know people like that, man. Those are niggas, man. Can you read that I think it's 2 verses.
2:15. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness.
That's the verse 12.
No, that's 14. 15. All the days of the afflicted.
Read 10. I want to read 10.
Jumping back to verse 10, chapter 15.